Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the weekly reading for the sign of Libra for December 8th to the 14th. Alright, my lovely Libras, air sign, you're up next. And you've been showing up in your own readings lately. The Justice card has been showing up in your readings. And actually, Justice card has been showing up in a lot of readings lately. I feel like a lot of my collective are finding balance right now in situations, seeking to find balance, right? All right, so let's get right into pulling out your romance angel messages, Libra. And then we're going to get your animal spirits and your traditional forecast. Stay optimistic about your love life, darling. This is a really nice card. I always love this one. Let your friends help you. And we have separation. So for some of you, there's going to be a lot of different things going on this week. Maybe separate. You know, a lot of these, all three of these messages could possibly relate to the same situation, you know. You could be going through a separation, but still, you know, needing to remain optimistic and also relying on your friends for support. It is good to rely on friends, you know what I'm saying? It's if you have good friends in your life, it's good to be there for them. And also when they're when you need to have support, to rely on them and to ask for help. But it's always good to know when to ask for help. If you're certainly if you're going through a difficult time and you know you have people in your life who care about you. So let's go ahead and get your animal spirits out, Libra. And then we're going to go right into your spread. And don't forget, guys, I am giving away the Spirit Animal Oracle deck from Colette Baron Reed this month for Christmas. My first month on YouTube. Not my first month, I'm sorry. My first Christmas on YouTube. This is my first year on YouTube. I've been reading tarot for many, many years. Over 20 years, 25 years. But it's been a lovely journey to bring it to YouTube and to get a chance to read for my collective, right? My followers. It's been really, really nice. It's been lovely interacting with you all. And so I wanted to, of course, for Christmas, give away this gift. I hope to give away many, many more decks as the time goes, my channel grows. But this will be the first. So all you need to do is be a subscriber and let me know in the comments that you're interested in receiving that deck. All right, so we have the mouse. Earth energy. Little mouse has been showing up a lot this week. A lot of people have a lot of details to deal with. Shark energy, water, of course. Of course, the mouse is earth. And we have swan, beautiful water energy also, associated with really strong and elegant beauty and power. So let's get right into it. Mouse energy talks about a period in your life. Perhaps you're resonating with that or someone in your life is. And it's like you're just getting really overworked, right? The mouse becomes very sort of stressed and overworked with all of the details. Do apologize for the sirens in the background. Living on the East Coast, you know, it's like you can't get away from it in the middle of the city as well. So in any case, the mouse gets really overworked with all the tasks, right? All the details, all the little things he has to do. And oftentimes he becomes lost in those details. He can find himself really chasing his tail and not accomplishing much of anything. This is a really sort of frantic energy, especially if you're dealing with day-to-day issues. It's an earth animal spirit, so it's like you may be literally dealing with sort of day-to-day running around the job or this or that, maybe juggling the family, just dealing with a lot of little things and then just getting really caught up in the details instead of perhaps looking back at the whole picture. You know, it's time to really take a break when you resonate with this energy, or if someone you know is resonating with this energy, it's time for them to sort of just stop what they're doing and take a break and really look at what their objective is. The shark, of course, is a strong water elemental. And the shark talks about, you know, watching out for feelings that you allow to linger beneath the surface, right? And that you don't give a voice to. When you sort of let your real feelings sort of, when you, how shall I say it? When you push down your real feelings, right? And you seek to sort of hide them out of the way, but they're there. Like a shark, they're there, just beneath the surface. It can be dangerous because eventually those feelings are going to erupt. And they're going to come out. And when they do come out, they may come out in a very unhealthy way or a very toxic way. They may come out, you know, they may just erupt because you haven't had a chance to give them a voice. So there's a danger when you are in a situation, especially if you're unhappy, You know, of course, that's usually the case when you're unhappy or you're stressed and you're just not willing to allow anybody to know about it or tell anyone. Could be another reason why letting your friends help you could be coming in for you, because when you're doing that, it really is a very sort of dangerous, it's not dangerous, but it's a very toxic kind of energy that's not helpful, you know, in any kind of way for you. It's going to come out eventually, and then it will be out of your hands, what happens sometimes. The swan is a beautiful water energy also. The swan talks about a really sort of like a refinement and elegance, you know. It talks about a time in your life where you are trying to sort of perhaps you refine your creative talents. You know, you may be going away to work on your artwork, or you may be going away to work on music or whatever. Whatever your creative outlet is, the swan represents a refinement of that and a strengthening of that. So it could be that you now go and, you know, you may have done schooling for something and now you go study with one of the masters as an apprentice. You know, it's a step up in your learning of a particular creative talent or ability. It is also associated with those who are writers or songwriters, poets, you know, those who write sort of prose and stories and things like that. Different than the turtle, which is a story collector, the swan creates stories and writes stories and creates beautiful literature. And in this way, the swan is definitely associated with a time in your life when you're trying to step back. You may be trying to separate from everything around you to get some stillness in your life so that you can work on these creative outlets that you have inside of you. All right, Libra, let's get right into your spreads. We're going to know what's going on with Libra for December 8th to the 14th. Show me. Now, these spreads are going to be anywhere from 4 to 6 3-card spreads. And they're just going to be little forecasts that look into things that you may be getting into this week, events that you may be having, or events that may be coming into your life or occurring, you know, meetings, right? Oops, cards are jumpy. In any case, you may resonate with some or none of them, and that's fine. So if it doesn't apply to you, just let it go, my lovely Libra. And then we shall see with your first spread. We're going to get right into it. All right. First out, we have Ace of Pentacles. Nice. 9 of Cups. And we have the Queen of Cups. So beautiful energy coming in this week. You have a gorgeous opportunity coming in. That's a real wish fulfillment. So some of you are getting a blessing coming in. I did say December was a month of blessings, right? So stay optimistic about your love life as well, because Ace of Pentacles comes in a really beautiful sort of opportunity, I'm going to say, in work or business comes in, right? An opportunity for your abundance to grow. And it's something you've been looking forward to for quite some time, because it is a strong wish fulfillment. But it leads to a Queen of Cups. And I'm going to say it's also a wish fulfillment in your relations, right? And it could very well be that this opportunity that comes in allows you to take the next step in some area of your love life. It could be that the financial security that's coming in or the financial opportunity that's coming in really buoys you up and allows you to realize that you're going to be able to sort of make that connection you want to make, right? It's interesting because Queen of Cups rounds out the week, and so you round out the week feeling very emotional. You know, you're feeling very sort of like, I want to say you're feeling optimistic about your love life, and in some way it has something to do with this Ace of Pentacles. Now, it could very well be that the money is allowing you to put yourself in a position where you feel more confident about your love life for some reason. You may be able to just up your status, your ability to go out, your ability to socialize. It may be that this finance that's coming in, or this sort of opportunity for raising your wealth comes in, allows you to do other things. Perhaps there are cosmetic things you've been wanting to do, or you've been wanting to move, or, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, money has something, our ability to sort of buy the things we want to buy and dress the way we want to dress and feel confident, be able to, you know, take care of our bodies the way we want to. And all of those things rely on our abundance levels and our ability to bring in finance. And that all has an impact on our confidence when it comes to our love life. when it comes to the ability to date. Perhaps if you're single, you can't go out dating if you have no money. You can't go out dating if you're not in a position to buy nice clothing for yourself or make yourself feel nice, so that when you go out you look nice. It's all part of the confidence. So oftentimes when the finances aren't there, and in this situation, I'm not saying that you don't have the finances, but what I am saying is that in some way for you, Libra, this opportunity is having a positive knock-on effect on your feelings about your optimism for your love life and your ability to share your feelings perhaps with someone else in particular, or just someone else, but in any case, it is a real wish fulfillment for you. Judgment comes in, King of Wands, and the World card. So there's a situation this week you come into where you're feeling very much like you are really reanalyzing something. You're reanalyzing, you're being a little bit more discriminating about something in a very different way. You're reevaluating, there's something that perhaps you were judging a little too harshly or being overcritical for. Perhaps you're letting go of some overcriticism about yourself in the process as well. But in any case, you're really taking some major situation, I believe, that you had a particular stance on that it's changing. And you're reevaluating it, right? In light of your recent experience, or in light of, the experience you've had since that event that maybe has led you to sort of have a change of heart or just a change of outlook. And you come into a King of Wands this week. So interestingly enough, just as you have this change of heart, somebody comes into you, and this person is someone who is very sort of like, they're of course very fiery. They're of course themselves very sort of, I'm going to say, they're very authoritative, and I think that they're coming into you. You may be willing to have a conversation with someone that you were separated from because you looked at the situation a little differently. And they're willing, they're coming in with that King of Wands sort of ambitious attitude. They have their eyes on a particular prize. And it could very well be, you, like reevaluating the situation that they had with you. This could be a work situation. Doesn't have to be a love situation. This could be a King of Wands type personality that you may have been working with, and that perhaps something has gone on between the two of you, and maybe there was a separation in your work dynamic. But they're willing to come back in and hear you out, and you have done some reevaluating of the scenario in any case. The King of Wands is one of these kings who is willing to sort of listen, right? But they're still going to make up their own mind. I do feel like this person may be in a little bit of a position of authority over you in some way, or have some kind of like, they have some kind of control over this dynamic in a way, right? Even if it is a love dynamic, it's them who's kind of like, okay, well, I'll listen, but I'm going to make up my own mind. It's like a lot of it is down to them, how this goes. And yet still you are willing to sort of reanalyze, reevaluate, and possibly reconcile and discuss an issue with this person. You round out the week feeling quite good about the whole thing. It feels like, some of you may have had a really nice healing moment with someone in a way that, you were willing to look at a situation differently, and they were willing to come in and listen, despite the fact that they're generally very sort of, maybe not so open-minded and receptive. Maybe a little bit too much King of Wands and a little too ambitious with their own desires of what they want and the way they see the world, which can be the King of Wands at times too. But in any case, it seems like you both kind of meet in the middle, and the whole thing turns out exactly the way you feel like it should turn out. It certainly can be a feeling of real healing this week. 6 of Wands, 10 of Swords, and 4 of Swords. So 6 of Wands, of course, talks about a victory coming in. So some of you guys are having a victory this week. And it's the end of a really long struggle, finally, right? Some of you, this is certainly going to be in work or your career or your personal life. It could very well be with family, right? But in any case, you have a victory. Something comes out in your favor. Something, you're vindicated in some way, but in any case, you have a victory, something comes in, and finally the end of a really long battle is over. This combination has come out a couple of times this week, the 6 of Wands and a 10 of Swords situation, or 10 of Wands situation combination has also come out. And it just indicates that for a lot of you, you have this beautiful blessing coming in, probably after a long time of working on something. You know, you could have been working on something to do with schooling, and it was really a difficult path. You know, you had to work a lot. You may have had to pick yourself up a lot. There may have been a lot of arguments with the family, or you may have been dealing with something at work where you really took the grunt or the brunt of a lot of sort of bad vibes and just bad jobs until finally you got that one job that really propelled you, right? You got your victory and now it's over. You don't have to pay your dues anymore. In any case, these two go hand in hand very perfectly in the sense that it's your time now, the struggling is over, and you end the week with a Four of Swords, which is a feeling of strategizing your next step. You feel like you finally have some stability that you've been working for. You've been able to say goodbye to this really difficult part of your life, probably the worst part. Certainly for some of you who've been working your way up a career. It could certainly be that this week, you know, you get confirmation of, and when I say this week, these readings are weeklies, of course, but the energies can be just before the week and just after the week, you know. They can bleed into the next, you know, into the next weeks, you know. But in any case, this beautiful victory you have does feel like it's been coming after a long time of you trying, you know, you putting in the work, you taking your dues, paying your dues, you taking your sort of lickings, as it were, you taking the stabs to the ego, you pick yourself back up, you try again. And here you are, you have your beautiful victory, and now you have your stability and you have your platform from which to strategize your next move. And it's a really big blessing, but it's not a blessing that you haven't worked for. Seven of Wands, hang on, doubled up to Chariot, and Four of Cups. So Seven of Wands, Chariot, Four of Cups. Lovely. So some of you definitely come into this week. This is funny. You really stand your ground. You know, you're standing your ground this week. You're coming in and you feel like you're really having to fight for your position in something, right? Especially for your, and I think it's for your dream. Like this week, you're coming up with a lot of sort of, you feel like it's you and you like David and Goliath in a way. But Seven of Wands talks about, you know, a situation in your life where you're coming up with a lot of sort of creative, you know, solutions to a lot of obstacles that are constantly being thrown in your way. But where you're coming up with are solutions that, you know, are creative in a lot of ways and handle it. You know, wands aren't weapons. So remember, they're not swords, and we're not battling, you know, to hurt anyone with wands. We're always battling with our ability to do something in a creative way, right? To solve something perhaps in a creative way, or to, you know, use our passion and what we believe in to handle a situation. So with seven being the number of dreams as well and aspirations, here you're very much standing up for your dreams, you know, for your position, for your place in this world, what it is or what it means to you. It could be also in a particular situation, your stance. But I feel here that this is very much your dreams because you have Chariot energy in. And so whatever obstacles are being thrown your way, you're handling it. It does feel like a battle, but you're handling it. You're met with Chariot energy in the sense that this week it begins to feel like you're definitely laying the groundwork for a new stage in your life. You know, all of this hard work will not have gone for nothing, Libra. You know, and it begins to really feel like these obstacles may have been coming in your way, but you're vanquishing them. And so you feel almost yourself laying the path to a new life because you can see yourself handling things. It's like, yeah, I'm going to get there. You know, and in a minute, my Chariot is really going to take off. This is just the preparation. This is me just getting obstacles out of the way. This is me just preparing things so that when I'm ready to go, when my Chariot is ready to engage, it's going to take me where I want to go. Obstacles like this could be dealing with toxic relationships that you're trying to get rid of, right? It could be dealing with an environment that may be not conducive to what you're trying to achieve. So now you're dealing with obstacles perhaps to move or to change your environment. You may be changing, you may be getting rid of certain responsibilities that aren't yours to bear. And this takes a little bit of creativity because you need your energy for what you want to do. These obstacles can be they can come in a lot of different forms, right? But the thing is how do you handle them so that you can still get your dream accomplished, right? And then the end of the week, you round off with a Four of Cups. So somebody comes in, it feels like, and they try to offer you some help, and you really just say no. Now be careful because sometimes Four of Cups can really indicate that you're being a little bit too obstinate, you're being a little bit too strict. You know, you're being a little bit too much like lone wolf, and you really need to accept help, because sometimes this Four of Cups, sometimes I say it is wise to be this way when you're dealing with a lover who's come back and not really proven themselves or anything after a difficult time before. But sometimes this cup of love is just literally a cup of love and support from somebody who cares for you, like a friend who's willing to help. And your obstinance, or your stubbornness and your refusal to accept it can hurt you in the end, because everyone needs help, right? So it's a time where you really need to sort of think about, okay, why am I denying this cup? Is there a good reason? Because sometimes there's good reasons, but could I use a little help from my friends right now? And that may be the case. You needed a little help, because with all of this Seven of Wands, you're doing it. You may be accomplishing a lot of things, but you may also be resonating with some mouse energy on a practical level, because you have so much to do. And it could be sort of like, in Chariot is coming in terms of you're laying the groundwork, but perhaps some of this heavy workload you're taking on, responsibility or perhaps pressure, right? It could be impacting your path because you're not accepting any help from someone, So if you have true friends in your life, you should certainly allow them to help you, with whatever your endeavors are, especially if you have people who care for you and who genuinely are willing to help. All right, Libra, I'm going to leave it at that. That's your reading for December 8th to the 14th. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, I'm giving away the Collect Baron Reed Spirit Animal deck, and all you need to do is be a subscriber and let me know in a comment that you're interested in the giveaway. And that's it. Don't forget, your other videos are linked at the top of the description. The unboxing video, which I did for that deck, is in the description as well. Of course, you will receive a brand new deck delivered to you wherever you are in the world, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, depending on postal delivery there. But in any case, thank you so much, Libra, for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Leave me a comment. But for right now, Libra, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.